Leaving the bar, Sophia walked down the street towards her apartment, but this time she made sure to be fully aware of her surroundings. Nighttime in New York was a different world than the daytime. The smell of garbage and exhaust fumes escorted her along the dark sidewalk. The occasional rat would scamper across her path, trying to find its next meal, while the local bums were bedding down for the night under their newspaper blankets and stained clothes. The sound of Sophia's boots crunching on debris, and God only knows what else, was the only steady rhythm that Sophia could hear. She was so focused on her footsteps that she almost missed her internal alarm signaling danger. It was an instinct that had kept her alive through more conflicts than she cared to count. The sound of footsteps behind her began to register in her mind. She stopped to look behind her, but no one was there. Walking a little faster than before, she heard the steps again, drawing closer. But whenever she looked behind her, the street was empty. By the time she got to the door of her apartment, she was running. As she fumbled with her keys to open the door, her nerves were screaming in warning. The urgency to get the door open was pushing hard. With shaking hands, she managed to shove her key in the lock and tumble inside. Just as she fell through the door, she thought she felt a slight breeze on her neck, like someone's hot breath. Slamming the security door shut, she leaned her back against the warm and battered metal. Her pulse was beating in erratic rhythm. As her breath came in short gasps, the feeling of being watched still scratched at her senses. Standing straight, she slowly turned and began to stumble backward until she tripped over the bottom step of her stairwell. Fighting the scream of terror lodged in her throat, her sight was locked on two eyes the color of blood-red rubies, framed by the small, dirty window. The door began to groan and shake, like something was pushing on it. She tried to get her mind to kick into gear and make her body move, but she was caught in the terror of those glowing amber orbs. The sound of something digging into the wood kept her body chained to the bottom step. Her mind was attempting to shake off the numbing fear when the sound of two solid objects colliding broke the spell. The eyes disappeared from the window, and her survival instincts finally kicked in. Getting quickly to her feet, she ran up the 2 flights of stairs to her floor. She ran down the hallway to her door, then barricaded herself inside. Her heart was somewhere in the vicinity of her throat, and her blood was somewhere around her feet. With everything she had been through in her life, Sophia had never felt so threatened and been so completely and utterly paralyzed by her fear. She raised her shaking hands to smooth her errant curls from her face.